Let's just get him to stand up.
Bruh.
This time, let's...
I have a really bad feeling about this.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
What's going on, everyone? Today we got another video. This one's a bit different. It's a third-party figure called Magic Model. It is Super Saiyan 3 Vegito, a non-canon character. I think they just made it up for the figure. There might be other ones, but we're going to jump into it here in a second. But if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about the video. It's really going to be a weird one, so buckle up. All right, my first impressions. Well, it looks cool, but it's got problems. And like, it looks cool. Oh, geez. But, all right, let's do some articulation, because my first impressions are, oh my God. So articulation is all the joints are very loose. The legs probably seem to be the best, but they're still just, there's this cheap feeling to it. So the knees, they're all right. The toes, they're all right. It doesn't go back farther than that. It goes out to the side, but then this can turn. And you see the discoloration in there. The waist is okay, but this upper ab, lower chest crunch. Here, let's just take the head off right now. It's very loose, very. The weight of this does not help with that, which I'm imagining the SH Super Saiyan 3 Goku is the same. I have the Beast Deity Super Saiyan 5 Goku, and the hair can be very heavy, but the figure will still stand up on its own, whereas this one just does not want to with the head on. This arms are very cheap feeling. They do have decent rotation, but they feel very cheap. Everything feels like it's going to break when you turn it. The elbows, they're okay. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. Wrists probably feel normal, but I feel like at any given point these are going to snap when changing hands. The neck doesn't have any movement with the peg, but we'll put the hair on. As you can see, it just like pulls it all straight back. So the articulation is there, but it's also, it struggles to do anything. You know, it is a low quality figure with kind of a high quality look. So let's get on to details. The face plates are decent enough. They aren't horrible. They're painted pretty decently. The hair has an okay look to it. You know, you got some little gradient here in the tips, just slightly down here too. That keeps happening. The clothing has nice design to it, but the plastic feels and looks a little cheap to me. Right here has a little bit of a gap. These feel cheap, but they look all right. It looks okay, right? But when you start touching it, it's just like, it feels just hollow and lacking. But a lot of the problem has to do with this. This is just incredibly heavy. So that would be the main issue. But the details are there. They're what you would expect. I feel like the arms, as you can see, kind of lack a little detail, but I mean, when their arms, I mean, I'm super strong, but you know, I don't really expect like crazy colors and, you know, muscle shading, but for some reason it just looks kind of low quality. But details they're okay. Nothing too horrible, nothing crazy. Articulation's just kind of not there. I mean, it's there, it does poses, but it won't hold them because this is so heavy and these are all so loose. I mean, but you know, it being the cost is what's redeeming this figure. Yeah, the faceplate's not stained and the hair is quite a problem. It's really like And it came with a missing piece. It's supposed to have a halo that goes right here. And to prove that, here's the box. It was supposed to be right there. It was in the picture, I swear. But yeah, that's like the problem. It's just, this is super high density right here, which causes it to, you know, he wants to look at the ceiling at all times. So, all right, now we're gonna do some poses. I had a real hard time putting this thing on the stand and getting him to hold a pose. So the poses are real lackluster. This one's supposed to be like a karate chop. I call this the face down dog. Can't stand up, lost my face. This is the splits Kamehameha. I call this the jazz hand. What the? And this one I was like, oh cool, then realized that the faceplate fell off, so. This one's my favorite. It's the Super Saiyan Spinneroonie. Yeah, can't go wrong with that one. This is the best pose out of these all, I think. And this is the clap, because he's actually standing up and didn't fall over and his faceplate didn't fall off, so he's giving himself a round of applause. Let's all clap for Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. Yay. All right, let's try to get him in a charge up pose. Again. Dude! Piece of shit. Alright, so my final thoughts are this figure is god awful. I mean, you kind of get what you pay for, and the main issue is the head and the faceplates. They just don't work well. This figure is way too light, the joints are too loose, and this is way too heavy. Only, like I said, the only redeeming quality is two redeeming qualities, just to say, is you can make some cool customs for it. You know, like maybe I'll use this for my Great Saiyaman Trenchcoat Outlander. This is the worst review I've ever done. You know, it's good for customs. The body might be because it's the head thing, but it's other redeeming quality, which is still not really that well of a redeeming quality, is that I only paid $22 for it. Should have just bought the damn Dragon Stars version of the regular Vegito. I probably would have been a lot happier. It's the same price, and I wouldn't have had to wait freaking 3 weeks for it. But, you know, it's what I hate to say it, because I have the NT Goku, like, you know that Goku everybody wanted, that Genki Shimachi one? I'm sorry for saying it like that. I really don't remember the name off the top of my head. But I got the bootleg, or I shouldn't say bootleg, the third party of that, and that was an amazing figure, which I will do a review for, not next week. Next week's Frieza. I'll do it for the week after. And I think the arm just got stuck, but that came out pretty easily. But my final thoughts are, don't buy the magic model. Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. I mean, don't buy the Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. Whether it's the God hair or the regular Super Saiyan blonde hair. It is it's just not worth the hassle. Unless you really want to make customs. I get it. I can go in here and make these joints, you know, tighter with some work and stuff like that. I don't want to. I wanted it to be cool out of the box. The packaging was great. I was really like, oh, the packaging's really cool. So there's that. That's the redeeming quality. The packaging's pretty decent for what it was. You know, that black box with the cool picture on it. But the joints are just, they're booty. And they're, you know, these don't want to stay on at all, which just sucks. And it didn't come with the halo like it's supposed to. And I'm not knocking the company as a whole. I don't know what other brands or other figures they make, but I don't think I'll order one from them again. I highly suggest Beastides or Kong or whatever it's called now. And Diamonical Fits are pretty good. I have the Gogeta of that. I love that figure. It's actually one of my favorite figures. Tonsnard does some cool stuff. So there's some good options out there for third party. You know, you just with ones that don't have a no name like this one. I don't think I've ever heard of Magic Model. Kind of just taking a shot in the dark. So final verdict, this is definitely a, oh, let's give it, let's see it. What was its redeeming qualities? Cost, that's 1. It looks decent, but sucks. That's 2, and could be used for custom series. Okay, it's a 3 out of 10. So 3 out of 10. Can't pose because of his hair. Even my stand. I mean, we'll just say my stand's kind of a disruptive jerk at this point. It doesn't even want to. It doesn't even want to even entertain the idea of this hair's weight on it. So there it is. I'm not gonna touch it. His arms are all bent weird. Yeah, this thing is cool to look at, but not cool to mess with. So, well, thank you for watching my first terrible review of a figure. I feel bad. I try to be positive about them all the time, but can't win them all. Definitely was let down. At least I didn't spend that much money on it. So yeah, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this, pile of dookie. And catch you next week when we do Frieza. God, this thing is just... Good night, sweet prince.